welcome to Coastal Living. It's another great day in the Coastal Bend, and we've got a lot to talk about. Our friends at West Texas Rehab are hosting their annual telethon to help raise money for those in need, and it's our chance to give back. So we've got details on how you can participate and contribute in this fantastic movement. Plus, we've got some furry friends right here in the Coastal Bend who are looking for a home. These cold temperatures call for cozy cuddles, and these puppies are looking for you to do just that. So we've got details on another pet of the week as well. We have a great show lined up for you all today, so thank you for joining us. You're watching Coastal Living. It is that time of the year, and we are calling you to take action and help those in need. I am here with Steve with West Texas Rehab, celebrating their 55th annual telethon. Congratulations. That's a whole lot of time and a whole lot of money raised. Absolutely. Talk to me about the telethon and what West Texas Rehab actually is.
Well, West Texas Rehab has actually been around since 1953, so we're actually celebrating our 72nd year this year. But we see everybody, whether they can pay or not, regardless of their financial circumstance, we're going to take care of them. And that's what the telethon helps us do. Between our fundraising, which we do 47 fundraising events a year, believe it or not. So between our net fundraising and our foundation, we're tasked with raising $9 million each year between what it costs to provide health care and what we're actually reimbursed. That's what we have to make up for those patients.
Incredible. And how do you all go about selecting the people that are offered these services and receive that compensation?
Absolutely. It's open to anybody. So, all walks of life, all ages, and basically all they have to do is come in and show proof of income that they need the services, and then our donors help them out. We call it our donor sponsorship program because, sometimes people don't associate value with free. So we always say somebody stepped up to help you get the care you received. The biggest thing right now people can do is go out to Handbid. That's HANDBID.com. And it's an app in the App Store, whether you're using Android or whether you're using an iPhone. Go out to Handbid, click the Rehab 2025 Telethon, and we have a huge auction right now. We have 484 items on there now. And so I always tell people, even if you don't get an item, make sure somebody else pays more for it, because that all the proceeds go to the West Texas Rehab Center. So that's how people can help us right now, all the way through midnight. That auction will go on through midnight. And of course, as they're watching the show on your station, they can certainly call in or there'll be ways to link and go in there and donate that night. Over a third of our patients get some kind of help from our donors, and we see 850 patients a day. So almost 300 patients a day are going to get some kind of help from our donors. And we have people that come all the time, and they're just in tears because maybe they owe the hospital they came from where they had a surgery or they had an amputation or those kind of things. Maybe they owe that hospital a lot of money, and they come here and we say, hey, you're going to qualify for our donor sponsorship program. You don't have to worry about your bill. Other people stepped up to help you, and they're just in tears and emotional because, many times, especially if they're kids that are premature or that have cerebral palsy or spina bifida or something like that, we may see them from birth all the way through adulthood.
So give me the details on how everybody at home can support this event.
Well, certainly tune in and watch. We have Aaron Watson and Tiger Lily Gold. They're headlining. And then we have Jake Hooker, Red Steagall. Charlie Chase is back for his 25th year. Ariel Hutchins will be performing. So certainly tune in and watch the show. And if you feel compelled, call in and make a donation.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your time today. And of course, everything you and the entire team are doing to give back to those in need. We admire that, and we appreciate you all so much. So cheers to a very successful year.
Thank you very much, and hope you all have a very happy new year and a very blessed 2025.
Thanks. You too.
Now, Coastal Living's Pet of the Week.
It's time to introduce you to our pet of the week. This week's dog is Daryl. He's an American Pit Bull Terrier who's about 2 years and 1 month old, weighing in at almost 70 pounds. His heartworm status is below detectable limits, and he has not yet been dog tested, but he is very friendly with staff and he loves attention. Don't we all, Daryl? Daryl knows how to sit on command and play fetch. Remember, you can stop by and visit all available pets, including Daryl, Monday through Saturday from 1 to 5:30 p.m. You might find the perfect companion for you.
Coastal Living's Pet of the Week is paid for by Animal Medical Corpus Christi, family owned and operated since 1981.
If you haven't made the short drive out to Port Aransas for Restaurant Week, you are missing out. Today I am here with James at Seafood and Spaghetti Works and also the owner of Beer House. We are going to explore some of the menu items that they are featuring for Port Aransas Restaurant Week. We're in week 2. There's 3 weeks this year, which is very exciting, happening all the way through February 2nd. So talk to me a little bit about this restaurant and your involvement with it.
So Seafood and Spaghetti Works has been around for over 47 years, and we pride ourselves on being a scratch kitchen. A lot of dishes, signature dishes that have been made up over the years. And we've new owners as of 2.5 years ago, and we're keeping Jay, the original owner's legacy, going by making sure everything's
kind of aligning with the original
aligning
concept,
with the original.
right?
We didn't change the menu. We've added a few things, but just the same concept that kept him going for over 47 years.
Incredible. And then Beer House is fairly new, but this is our burger joint,
Fairly
right?
new as of a 1.5 years ago.
Okay.
It was the old Shells location, and we have a Beer House in Lubbock is the original location, and we brought it down here, and it's been a good success here at the coast as well.
All right, so these are some of the featured items you will find in their participation with Restaurant Week, but there's some dessert in front of me, and you mentioned there's something unique about y'all's dessert.
So our dessert is unique. We have an in-house baker that does all of our dessert, homemade, ranging from, this is our Butterfinger cheesecake.
Wow.
And we have an array of different cheesecakes and just pretty much anything you can think of, all homemade.
To satisfy that sweet tooth. Now, I'm more of a salty gal, so I'll take like 3 of these. This looks incredible. Talk to me about, is this going to be a part of the menu?
This was something we experimented a year ago. It's we call it, it's a Tommy B surf and turf. It's a hand-cut fillet with lump crab, as well as a bed of angel hair with lemon caper sauce and 3 shrimp. And it was such a big hit that we actually added it to the menu a year ago. So this is basically our surf and turf, and it's what we're also going to offer for Restaurant Week.
Very cool. I don't know how I'm getting through this interview without salivating everywhere because the food looks and smells so delicious. Now, burgers, right? A lot of people might run through a drive-thru, but there's something really special about a restaurant burger. What do you think sets your burgers apart?
So it's all homemade as well. Meat's not frozen. This is our all-American. That's what we're doing for Restaurant Week. It's basically lunch or dinner for 2 that you get for Restaurant Week. And hand-cut fries as well.
Very cool. So if we want to support you all, check out some menu items. I'm somebody who goes to the page or goes to Yelp to see what I'm going to order. So where can we see the most photos of your food?
I mean, we're active on Yelp, Facebook, Instagram, anywhere you can think of.
Nice. Very good. Okay, Seafood and Spaghetti Works. You can't miss it when you're driving into Port Aransas. If you want a tasty burger, skip the drive-thru, come to Beer House. And I'm assuming you've got a nice selection of beer too, right?
We do.
Okay.
On tap as well.
All right. Love that. So from now until February 2nd, get out to Port Aransas to enjoy, like I said, almost 20 participating restaurants. Whatever palate you have, there is something for everybody, and this is a family-friendly event. So whatever you can fit into your schedule, come on out and enjoy it. Come multiple times and enjoy it. And that's every day of the week, including the weekends. So you can make it a date night, family night, whatever you want, and come enjoy. Start on the weekend, so let's get into all the fun things happening around the bend. First and foremost, you can head out to Rockport for the opening day of their newest exhibit, the Smithsonian Museum on Main Street, tomorrow at 10 a.m., and this will carry on through March 9th. The exhibit is called Crossroads, Change in Rural America. This is going to highlight the economic resilience and cultural uniqueness that can drive future growth and revitalization. Admission is free. Visit their website for more details. Now, there's a lot going on this weekend out at the American Bank Center. First and foremost, on Saturday, you can go support a doubleheader for the Islanders. Go to goislanders.com or americanbankcenter.com for details on the game and how to attend. Now, if you want to revisit the American Bank Center or if you just prefer ice hockey, you can go support the Ice Rays. It is the series finale against the Lone Star Brahmas, and it's also retro night. So very exciting day on Sunday at the American Bank Center. Game begins at 3, and if you are a member of the Hispanic Women's Network of Texas, well, it's Family Fun Day, and your admission is free. So get out there and have some fun. As usual, go out and support all the arts. You've got Harbor Playhouse, you've got Aurora Arts Theater. We've got lots of live music all over town, so get out and support our thespians, our musicians, and everybody in between. It's going to be a beautiful weekend here in the Coastal Bend, so get out there and enjoy. many of you know, the Harlem Globetrotters are making a special appearance February 13th at the American Bank Center. Now, they are the world's basketball team, and their appearance will feature some of the best athletes on the planet with unmatched fan interaction. They've got side-splitting comedy, rim-rattling dunks, and so much more. Today's winner is Tammy Rollet. Congratulations, Tammy. You won a 4-pack of tickets. Thanks for playing. We're going to take a quick commercial break, but don't go anywhere. You may not be interested in the beach, not in these temperatures, but you know who's going to brave it no matter what? Our buddy Jace Tunnel, who goes beach combing every week and shows us the most incredible things that many of us didn't even know existed here on our beaches. So we stay tuned for that. Plus, the Baller Buddies are back this season, and we're going to give you the scoop on what they are and where you can find them to take photos yourselves. We'll be back on Coastal Living.
Today, we're talking about not lima beans, but black mangrove seeds. We've got some of these washing in, and people always say, what are these lima beans coming from? No, these are actually seeds from a bush that lives up in the bay. And they're the ones that, they're real green, they stay green all year long, and they're right at the shoreline. And they have these weird roots all around them, which I'll talk a little bit about. But these beans, if you pick them up, you'll notice right away that they're not a lima bean, because you can kind of spread them open like this, and then it looks like they have leaves in there. And lots of times you'll find them, and they have this little thing hanging off of it. That's the root that comes in. So this root will actually stick into the sand, and then it will grow up. Now the bush itself, if you're on the backside of Mustang Island, you're around Port A, you're North Padre Island, actually all the way up the Texas coast, you'll find these bushes that line the shoreline, and they have these roots that come up called pneumatophores, and those are like snorkels. That's how the plant is able to breathe, because it lives in these conditions where, you know, if you've ever stepped in nasty smelly mud that stinks, there's like no oxygen in there. Well, that's where these things like to live. So no oxygen, or little to no oxygen in the soils there, and then that's why they have those properties, so that they can still survive. Now their leaves are also interesting, in that if you go up to the bush and you look at the leaves, they lots of times have salt on them. They excrete salt on their leaves, and that's how they are able to survive. Now this isn't something uncommon. You know, we find this every year. We've got a ton of these seeds washing in, and so this is really good for the plant and being able to disperse and get to new areas. And so you can imagine, if you're a plant and you only like a specific area and you don't have very many seeds, you probably wouldn't survive. And that's what I'm going to talk about next, is that lots of y'all probably remember that crazy freeze we had in 2021, and this would have been in, I think it was like February. And we had a lot of sea turtles that were washing up and that were getting cold stunned. But we also got all these mangroves had like ice all over them. That's how cold it was. And it was for a couple of days. And they don't like that. And so these plants ended up dying. Or I'd say most of them ended up dying, because not all of them, obviously, because there's a lot of them that have come back. And so that's a good thing. So since 2021, we do have these mangroves coming back, and they're not as big as they were, but they will eventually get there unless we get another hard freeze. So now you know what these seeds are that are washing up on our beaches. Okay, well, that's all we got for today's episode of Beachcombing. Hope you enjoyed it, and go tell your buddies about all these black mangrove seeds washing in. Bye.
Attention, attention, Port Aransas has been yarn bombed. An unexpected surprise that's bringing big smiles to this coastal town. Well, pretty expected, as we do look forward to this every year, but it may catch you by surprise. Now, as you stroll or drive along the beach, you may spot this cheerful collection and little bundles of joy out by our coastline. These charming characters are perched atop all the bollards, and they're also known as bollard buddies. Each Bollard Buddy is handcrafted with love and yarn, bringing bursts of color and warmth to our beautiful coastline. Whether they're smiling at you or sporting fun hats, these whimsical friends will brighten the day of anyone who passes by. The kids are sure to love the Bollard Buddies. There is another reason that Port Aransas stands out. It is a place where creativity meets community and the simple joys that make it a special spot to visit year after year. Next time you're in Port Aransas, keep an eye out and don't forget to say hello to the Bollard Buddies. If you're interested in participating and you would like to create your very own Bollard Buddy, be sure to visit the Port Aransas website for more information on how you can participate. These little Bollard Buddies are sure to bring a smile to anyone's face, so make the short trip out to Port Aransas to go sightseeing. And don't forget to stop by Horace Caldwell Pier in Port Aransas to check out the Bollard Buddies, grab some selfies, and enjoy the breathtaking views. Hey everybody, we are back with Dr. G, Texas Family Wellness Clinic, and today we're talking about a very important topic. I think the majority of people here in South Texas, or at least a very big portion, suffer from diabetes or maybe pre-diabetic. It's in our genes. I know they're in mine. So Dr. G, tell us a little bit about diabetes, pre-diabetes, and what we need to know about it.
Right, I think the big things are understanding signs and symptoms of diabetes. So some of the things that we commonly see in clinic are folks who come in with symptoms of excessive urination or frequent urination, maybe some numbness or tingling in their toes or feet, maybe problems with their vision, maybe they've checked their blood sugar at home using their mom's glucometer at home and found out that their blood sugar was significantly elevated. So we have them come in and we start an appropriate workup, which would include looking at some blood tests. So some blood tests will give us an idea about where they fall on that scale for blood sugar and prediabetes or diabetes. So you want to be asking your physician for a hemoglobin A1C blood test, possibly, of course, a fasting blood sugar. Also, other tests that can be considered would include insulin levels and C-peptide levels. So once we have those tests, that'll give us a really good marker of where they are and how we can approach treatment.
Very, very cool. And if you type these symptoms into WebMD, you're going to get a whole different diagnosis, which is why it's so important to visit your doctor and get these tests done. It's better to know sooner than later. Now, for pre-diabetes or somebody who already has it, are there any things we can do to reverse it, to better our situation?
Absolutely. So first and foremost, diet. We've got to, reduce carbohydrates, sugars, starches. That is a must. Exercise can be beneficial. There are some nutritional supplements that can help with blood sugar management. And then, of course, there are medications, which, we try to avoid to the best of our ability, but sometimes are necessary. So the main thing is diet. I can't stress that enough.
Exactly. And that's something that a lot of us don't want to hear because we like our fast food, we love our pasta, we love our tortillas, but it's not about completely eliminating them or just making your dietary lifestyle just, unenjoyable, but it's just little changes. In fact, recently, knowing I have diabetes in my family, I have reduced my carbohydrates, but not completely removed them. And just little changes like that can make a huge difference, right?
Absolutely. I don't advise cutting out carbohydrates entirely. First visit, we talk about reducing those things over time, maybe cutting out things like sodas, for the first month, maybe the second month you cut back on tortillas, maybe the third month you cut back on, other things like chips or whatever you may consume regularly. So it's not something that you want to stop immediately. I think that's a very hard thing to do. So kind of gradually working your way into that process, I think, is helpful. Same thing with exercise. You don't want to go and, start with, you don't want to start, an hour's worth of exercise daily. You want to work your way up to, a reasonable degree of exercise.
I love that. Again, every time I love the advice that you get. I love your approach, and I'm sure everyone at home is impressed, although some of us are like, I need my tortillas. But that's why you got to visit with your doctor. So tell us how we can get a hold of you.
TexasFamilyWellnessClinic.com is where you can go to apply to be a patient. Also check out our Facebook page at Texas Family Wellness Clinic.
Very, very good. And of course, this isn't a personal diagnosis for you. You always want to visit your doctor and get these tests done to find out what exactly is going on with you. Dr. G is your guide. Tell him Coastal Living sent you.
Interested in growing your business? Coastal Living can help. Email us at advertise@coastallivingtv.com or scan the QR code on your screen for more information.
Globetrotters are coming to the American Bank Center on February 13th, bringing the unmatched fan interaction, their ball-handling wizardry, and of course those infamous four-point shots. We have a special winner, and that is Linda Wyatt. Congratulations, Linda. You won a 4-pack of tickets to see the Harlem Globetrotters on February 13th at American Bank Center. Congratulations. Well, that's a wrap for us here today on Coastal Living. We had a fantastic show, and we look forward to seeing you guys Monday. Tomorrow, we're getting taken over by golf, so if that's your thing, enjoy. But we do want you to have a fun and safe weekend, snag lots of photos, and just cozy up, get out there and make some beautiful memories. You know we'll be asking to see those pictures come next week, so make the very best of it. Until then, let's keep the conversation going at Coastal Living TV on Facebook and Instagram. And don't forget, if you really miss us, you can always check out our YouTube channel, Coastal Living TV Corpus Christi, where you can catch all your favorite segments and full episodes without commercials to enjoy at your own leisure. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye.